For those of you who resonate with having a practitioner that was hired to go against you, it's like, really think about that for a second, because it started off with one person recruiting a few people. For some of you guys, this was your own family members. Rituals, spells, to, again, create the narrative that they wanted to, but to also fill their pockets. But it's like, let's really think about that for a second, because you had a group of people who then realized what they were doing wasn't working, so they recruited other friends. But it's like, people in the group had their own people to reach out to, and then nothing. Then required backup that they had to compensate somebody else for their services, but that person was like, hold the fuck up. Misinformed, then informed practitioners made more buns than that hoe Lil Debbie on your behalf, because they knew that those whores didn't want the beef. Okay. And on the top of the card, I wrote crowd fave. It was like a vision of somebody, like somebody looking you up, seeing what you put out into the world, and it was like a fuck. I knew it. I knew that bitch was lying, okay? And then post realizing that the karmic was lying, it was the audio. Yeah, pretty much I would like to let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt. Angels incognito all around you. Whatever they tried to formulate as a plan, post that happening, it's like they were shitting themselves knowing that people who had eyes to see saw them, but also had other friends that they would have went to, okay? They're silently shitting themselves over being seen, but still turning around and just saying a bunch of different shit about you. And this is years later. So angels incognito all around you. It doesn't matter how they can try to set this up, formulate a new way, right? Everyone's gonna be like, duh. Protected, but it's like the result of the transmuted attack. It's like you're gonna be like Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street. And I'm sorry to reference mainstream, guys, okay? It's just the visuals that I get. Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street during the wedding. I wrote down, "Lil two-finger sway, cheers." That's Jonah Hill's like this when they're all having the dance off. It's like, quick, just to clarify, the reference was to symbolize celebration, not narcotics. I just wanted to clarify that because I know some bitches who just love stirring up what the fuck I said. This is all gonna result to just the truth absolutely exploding. That's what's literally happening right now, but you're just not around anybody to hear anything. Well, your messages are already acting like a life vest for more than a few people. And then that's just, honestly, that acts as like a cherry to people just thinking that you would give a fuck. So they have to, again, just continuously, whatever narrative they want, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck, right? Like, we don't have bigger problems. You're going to inspire so many. You already are. And it's like they're always gonna just try to pivot the narrative, again, to benefit them, because they're always gonna need somebody to just pull the rug out from under covertly as their own form of entertainment, right? It's like people like that, they're never gonna actually go in and heal. They're gonna hate themselves, and then they're just gonna continuously push that on other people while just keep like acquiring finances in an illegal manner to acquire more material gain to then think to themselves, yeah, I'm better than them. Yeah. Guys, I've got one more, and then I have other messages that I have to put in my subscription. I was gonna say, so if you like this and want to subscribe, it was actually really nice to just switch up how I do readings. It was like I just got to sit, channel a whole message, and just different than how I normally make cards, okay? So that's my disclaimer before I read this. We were parked next to a trailer that was full of dogs that were barking, and honestly, it seems like I've noticed it's not an abandoned trailer, but whoever, you know, the parents of the dogs obviously like leave. So these dogs are just barking and barking for hours in the trailer, and it kind of seemed like people who could have been gang stalkers, right? We're not saying that they were, but more than a few people would pull up in front of the trailer and then stop, right? When you could just keep going, and the dogs would go fucking nuts. What came out in that moment? Who let the dogs out, torn up from their own bum mess wizardry, beauty spells, and paid peeps, left at home while feeling homely. Anybody is still in the video, we're going to, it's now 2027. What you just watched was a reading I did last year, and everybody that I was talking about is behind bars. You don't remember? You already won your court case. We don't work for money, money works for us. I'm so sorry, I can't remember who said that. Love her though, she's great. I have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. I literally live in this bus for fun. I'm just kidding, guys. This is just a green screen. I'm actually in Fiji right now.